Right now, LaRosa is taking a look at the weather.
Yeah, it's a lot happening on the radar right now. Showers and thunderstorms from Livingston, Patterson up towards Norwalk and Hempstead. Heavy at times. Much better. Beautiful by the afternoon, helped along with a brisk wind, 10 to 25 miles per hour. What it leaves for the weekend in the 10-day. It rains lots of money. All right, we've got a lot of rain on the radar, and I have it on a 30-minute loop here. So in 30 minutes, you go from nothing over Manhattan and Brooklyn and Queens to pouring it down rainfall. That's the case in LaGuardia right now. You're kind of in that purple where the rainfall rates are anywhere from 2 to maybe 2.5 inches per hour. You may not get 2.5 inches, but that's the rain rate as it's coming on down. And heavy rain, back it up a little bit down the turnpike and into Staten Island. It is pouring right now, and that's definitely enough to slow you down. We've got heavy rain also pushing it to the north and east through northern New Jersey and Rockland and Orange County right now. Tuxedo, heavy rainfall, Wesley Hills, Ramapo too, and back through Oakland. So heads up from Ramsey to Wyckoff and Ridgewood. And then this line is the main line that will kind of shut everything down once it moves on through. It's pushing across the Delaware River and pushing into Sussex County right now. So timing that out is critical. Here's the good news. We've got another 3 to 4 hours before it pushes back into the city in the Hudson Valley. I think from the Jersey Shore into Central and South Jersey, kind of on the tail end of this. So I think this morning's heavy rain is kind of it for you. And then it slides across Long Island and Connecticut. And so by midday, we are clear, we are dry, we are lovely. Not so much now. We're looking at the plaza, getting ready for John Baptiste on the Today Show. Hopefully, we are looking good for by the time he takes the stage. And I think there's a hope there. But by 8, 9 a.m., we start to see things wrap up, and the sun comes out by 11 a.m., pushing into the 70s. Will be about 83 today. It is later in the afternoon, full sunshine, west winds about 10 to 15 miles per hour. And talk about refreshing. Tomorrow morning, crisp and cool. You've got that hint of late summer, early fall kind of thing happening. Mid 50s north and west will be about 63 degrees in the city. Of course, we're talking about a great weekend and one day next week where we hit 90 degrees before we cool off again. Look at this outlook map. We are tucked away in a nice part of the country. We're kind of buffered from what is going to be some brutal heat across the Central Plains and much of the central U.S. We're that. And then, of course, this, where we have torrential rainfall and a ton of lightning in and around the city. Today, actually just this morning, the next few hours going to be rough. After that, just about clear sailing. Not much rainfall next week, but I've got some heat. So I'll talk about that in the 10-day. Tropical rainfall, that's going to be a big problem. So we're going to watch that carefully. Of course, I've got my eyes on this radar. Believe it or not, we don't have anything severe yet, but a ton of rainfall and a lot of lightning in and around the city. Just about ready, that back edge of the heaviest rain coming through Manhattan, but LaGuardia into Bergen Beach, into Nassau County too, Great Neck, seeing that heavy rainfall. Just tracking that heaviest part and going through the next few minutes or so. You have Bayside at 5:35, North Hempstead at about 5:52. Be ready for that heavy rain and a lot of lightning. And this has been sort of sitting over the same area too. Some of the rainfall rates within this in parts of Rockland County, Orange County, Passaic and northern Bergen County have been 1 to 2 inches per hour. So be careful on the roadways here coming right across the thruway. This is the back line that we're waiting on. That's coming across Warren and Sussex County right now. The great news is we've got another, say, 2 to 3 hours by the time this swings through the Hudson Valley. I do think from Newark, Belmar to Trenton, Brunswick, we're looking at the worst of it kind of this morning, and by 7, 8 a.m., most of this favoring the northern side of our area. This sweeps through, so 9, 10 in the morning, it's clearing Long Island and Connecticut, obviously with heavy rain and gusty winds. Oh, and a lot of lightning. Caught that on the camera. So you're waking up early with that. Just know it's going to be slow for the next few hours. After that, though, we're good to go. 80 degrees by noontime, on our way up to a high of 83 degrees. West winds are going to pick up as well later this afternoon, 10 to 20 miles per hour, but it's bringing in dry air, so that humidity is coming way down. And it's going to be beautiful tomorrow morning. So again, this morning's a mess. Tomorrow is beautiful, crisp and cool. 63 for the low in the city. We see lots of 50s outside the city, so that's just a hint of late summer and early fall. We're still holding on to a picture-perfect summer weekend, where Saturday from Morristown and Bridgeport, even in the city in the 70s, warmer on Sunday, but still dry and comfortable. One thing you may notice from today and tomorrow, maybe not the perfect blue skies. Yeah, we're talking about wildfire smoke being in our atmosphere here as we get into the early weekend. These are from Western Canada wildfires. I don't think low level, so air quality is probably not going to be.
We want to stay safe. We don't want to get sick. We've got to protect ourselves, Maria.
We sure do, and I want to get you ready. Stay safe from these storms right now. A ton of lightning leaving Queens, but into Nassau County, also into Fairfield County. A heavy torrential rainfall, that back edge still a few hours out. So as you get ready for the morning, count on some stormy weather. And for little pups like Beignet, maybe cuddle them a little bit longer too. We see vastly improved conditions by midday and into this weekend. What to expect next week? Any stormy weather in that? In the 10-day.
All right.
Across Long Island Sound and Nassau County right now, so heads up into Fairfield County. But this is definitely the worst of it. The back of the edge of this has really started to lose some of its power. It's almost like this is taking all the life force away from it. That's not a bad thing. 61 strikes just within this little cluster here, just in the last 15 minutes. So you are awake and things are going right now. This is moving to the northeast at about 20, almost 30 miles per hour. This is a saving grace because some of the rainfall rates within this, that deep purple and pink just to the east of Bayville, ahead of Eaton's Neck and Huntington. This is where we're seeing those rainfall rates anywhere from 4 to 5 inches of rain per hour. Thankfully, it is moving pretty quickly, but that is a blinding rain. That is a lot of rain coming down very quickly. The next big heavy batch also coming through portions of Rockland County, northern Westchester County, pushing into Putnam County, near Mahopac and Carmel, near Somerset too. You're in that deeper shade of red and purple, heavy rain. As I mentioned, the radar trend showing this kind of petering out a bit. This is great news. However, we still have a little bit to go before that clears, and then we can finally clear out the rain. So as we look at and into Nassau County, you see the big flashes of light right now from all of that lightning. We're starting to see the worst of it move out of the city and portions of Fairfield County and Nassau County. So again, good news. By 8, 9 o'clock this morning, most of this is gone. That's the back edge of that line that we're tracking. So by midday, already well underway to what's going to be a beautiful afternoon and evening, up to 83 degrees. Just take it easy. If you can hold off on travel for just a few more hours, that would be a good thing. No problems with travel tomorrow. In fact, cool and crisp tomorrow morning, 63 degrees and no humidity, at least compared to August standards, and then north and west temperatures dropping into the 50s. So we're still looking.
And Maria, you're watching all of these areas with a lot of rain in some places.
Yeah, some of the heaviest right now in parts of Suffolk County into Fairfield County, but also Putnam and Dutchess County, and a ton of lightning over the Sound. Almost done in New Jersey as we head to Monroe, New Jersey, where after the showers move out, a beautiful weekend. But boy, we've got some heat coming our way early next week. I'll time it all out for you coming up in the 10-day.
Thanks so much.
As a tropical named system is definitely unusual, and we're talking Nevada, Idaho could get in on some of that tropical moisture. So we'll be watching that closely. And I'm watching you, Port Jefferson. This is via EarthCam because right now, so far, so good. But just off to your west, yeah, we're a matter of minutes. You see the deep shades of purple. That's rainfall rates on the order of 3 to 4 inches of rainfall per hour. So it is going to be coming down. It's going to be a different picture in a matter of minutes. But Stony Brook, East Setauket, you're right on the edge too. This is the worst of it, mostly over the Sound. So that's good news. A lot of lightning there. And we're starting to see some improvement in parts of Fairfield County as this begins to move out. Also that line in through Dutchess County. I'm also liking the radar trends here off to the west, but we've gotten quite a bit of rainfall. This estimated by the radar as much as 2.5 inches in parts of Nassau County, 2 inches in Fairfield County, as well as Rockland County, in and around the city, 1 inch to 1.5 inches, which came down in just a few minutes. But that is the back edge right there. And you see some weakening with it, but it's sort of that last blast that'll be another hour or two before it completely clears the rest of the area. After that, we are good to go. By noontime, 80 degrees with sunshine. The breeze kicks in, that humidity comes down. So literally the next few hours, tough. After that, improving. 83 for the high, west winds by later today, 10, even almost 20-mile-per-hour gusts possible. And that's going to usher in some nice, quiet air, dry air for tomorrow morning. We're calling it crisp and cooler. 63 degrees to start your weekend off. And we're going to be nestled in some cooler weather into next week. Just one day next week, we're getting near 90 degrees, where the rest of the country pretty much is baking. We find ourselves tucked in that little corner. You're going to see that reflected in the 10-day, where temperatures are going to be.
good day to stay home all around, though, Maria.
Well, at least the next few hours for sure. Just give it a little bit more time. We're tracking the heavy rain coming through Connecticut and parts of Long Island, also moved back into New Jersey and the city. But this may be just about it for at least a little bit, a few days. In fact, we've got a good weekend and what the rain chances are doing for next week, along with the temperatures. So a lot of changes in that 10-day forecast.
All right.
Got Long Island Sound on my mind, too, because we had this really powerful storm roll on through, all of the heaviest now over the Sound, pushing into New London, Connecticut right now. Smithtown back through Lindenhurst. This line of showers, one last push, kind of taking its time coming on through near Comac as well. So heavy rainfall there. And then the back edge of it, just seeing a little bit of a flare up now in parts of New Jersey from Hudson County, Bergen County, Jersey City and Union City, seeing some of that Hackensack too. So if you're watching from the city in the Bronx, don't go outside just yet. Let this come on through in the next hour or so, which is actually hopefully really good news, because the Today Show on the Plaza waiting for John Baptiste later on this morning. And while it might get a little crazy again in another hour or so, this will begin to move on. So I think we've seen the worst of it, which is great news. All right, all month long too, we want to take time to highlight our Clear the Shelters campaign. We're trying to match loving pets with loving homes. And I have another little fellow for you here. JJ, this is a New Zealand bunny. I know, but listen to his story. He was abandoned, alone, left out in an urban area, no access to food, had ear mites, there was swelling, but he's responded so well to being rescued and medication, and he's ready to have the life he deserves, being a pampered bunny. So if you think that JJ is for you, put up your camera to that QR code, scan it, you click on it, and you can find out more information. All right, we're waiting on some more stormy weather. We're at 72 muggy degrees right now. Literally the next hour or so, it's pushing on through most of the area. So later this morning, we're good to go. We're great to go later on this afternoon. 83 degrees, humidity starts to come down. So it's a beautiful evening and a really nice start to the day. Tomorrow, maybe some sweatshirt weather tomorrow morning. 63 for the low, and with all that humidity gone, we are going to be in good shape. So again, pick your day for the weekend. It's going to be great. 70s in New York on Saturday, a little warmer everywhere by Sunday, back up into the mid 80s, but